Just over here doing a water transfer, filling up my water tote that is now empty. And I noticed I'm gonna get a couple of blackberries here. I saw at least 3 or 4. I don't remember if I had blackberries here before. Anyway, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got the walls, the partition walls of the box truck insulated. I was cutting those while my water is doing its transfer thing. Now I'm not sure insulating this partition wall was super important because this whole garage is insulated. You know, we've got insulation behind here and insulation at the back wall as well. But I figured, you know what, why not? I had a whole sheet of this left and it feels good just to divvy it up and get it pushed in here. Oh my gosh, it's freaking beautiful. Wow. You've got to make this last, because I'll be gone till after supper. So you already ate, so you don't eat it all at once. I'm gonna set it here for you, but don't eat it all at once. I'm gonna guess that'll be gone by the time I get out the door. Yeah. Check out my stove. Just arrived a couple days ago. Stove slash oven. Picked this beauty up on Amazon. Definitely wasn't cheap, but I'll explain why I went with this here in a second. I mean, look at that grill. Ugh! Beautiful. And of course I had to have an oven. My oven and my RV stove in the camper no longer works. I tried my darndest for the last, I don't know how many months, to find a used RV size stove and oven combo. And I didn't have much luck. Either nobody was selling them local to me, or they wanted $300 for one that had rust on it and they didn't even know if the oven worked. So I got to a point where I felt like I didn't have much other choice other than to buy a brand new one. It is beautiful and I love it, but it was a little expensive. I won't get the chance to use it for quite some time, but I can link the RV oven in the description. No affiliation, don't worry, I paid for it with my own money. This is not an ad. But yeah, like I said, every time one came up on Marketplace, either it was rusty and they just didn't even know if the oven worked, or one just didn't come up on Marketplace. But I guess this one goes with the stainless steel look I've got going on right now. Yeah, I hope it works great. I'm excited. It's been a long time since I had a working oven. Right now, I'm just getting ready to head out the door. I think I'm going to pick up a couple of various size sheets of plywood, and then I'm heading to my dad's. No idea what the next project's going to be, but we'll just end up tinkering with something until we figure it out. Well, it's raining, and one thing about picking up plywood is a lot of times you have to sit here and wait for the person that's in front of you to get their lumber before you can back up and get yours. Yeah. I gotta tell you, when that door is closed, it keeps it a lot cooler back here, because when that pass-through is open, you can literally feel the heat from the cab on hot days. Oh yeah, on hot days. By the way, I got my trim put down here in front of the pass-through too. All right, got the oven set in here. Sorry, I still have all this stuff. I just keep this here just in case. I don't want it to like rattle on the grill. But the problem being, this stopper hits that piece of strapping there, and there's also going to be a wall behind it. So to remedy that, when there's a wall here, we're going to have like a little knob on the wall that we're going to be able to switch down to hold this in place when I'm cooking. And then when I'm in driving mode, I can just switch it back up and drop this back down over the grill. In order for that to just rest back like that, yeah, the stove would have to be pulled forward quite a bit more, I would say. And there's already a gap back there enough to be able to run your propane line and stuff. Yeah, so that's gonna have to be, if I want to keep this, that's gonna have to be the solution, is just have a notch that, you know, holds this when I want to cook. Also, we ended up losing a little bit of space here, and we did that because originally we had it set right against the wall, and it was just way too close to the wall. It seemed uncomfortable, so we moved it over a couple of inches. Also, it's more in line with the window and stuff now as well. And if you're worried about the heat, the side of the unit, the back of the unit doesn't get hot. The front of the oven has these vents, this side as well, and those vents, heat will be escaping towards the tin here. The back of the oven as well, so when the oven is being used, heat will be escaping up from that. Maybe there will be tin or something back here as well. That's something to think about. I'm pretty happy with my oven. I think it's a really nice oven, and it'll be awesome once I get it connected to 12 volts so it can light up and stuff too, but pretty happy about that little unit. Lots of cupboard space down here. Pots, pans, litter box, who knows what that'll be, but it's a nice little space for storage. So what comes next? Well, I'm currently searching for a countertop to house my double sink. So from the stove to basically the bathroom wall will be countertop and double sink. So basically we've got about 4 feet here, double sink, and there might be a little countertop space in between the stove and the sink in order to put, you know, spoons that you're cooking with and whatnot on that ledge. While I'm in here, I would like to install a latch that I have to keep these doors shut when I'm driving and when eventually it's full of food. Because I mean, there's lots of beer space here on this door. I got this latch, which is, it's a nice one actually. I know there's like little kid-friendly latches and things you can get, but I believe your name was Tyler, sent me an email with a link, an Amazon link to that latch. Thank you. I ended up ordering it. I'm gonna get started on installing that. I think just pull these out and I should be able to install it on these. Yeah. So I think this is how it's gonna work. This just goes, oh my gosh, so simple. And see, now the doors can't open. And then when you want to get into the fridge, you just move it off to the side and open the doors. Thank you, Tyler, for sending me that link. This is such a simple concept and it doesn't look bad. You know, you see tons of fridges with horrendous giant plastic latches going across, and I mean, if it works, it works, but I definitely like this a lot better. Really like that latch. Cool. And one last little update while we wait until I can find a countertop. Finally got this threshold in. I've been waiting to do this since the floor got put in, but that's there now, so it's not such a weird little gap and step. It just flows in here nicely, so happy that that's there now. Here it is. Here's my countertop. It's gonna have a giant hole in it to house a double sink. Ooh, check that out. Bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. Egg over easy. Spilling out all over the place. Rory has no interest in human food. He'll sniff it, but he doesn't care. He doesn't want it. It is going to be a nice day. 24 for the high, I believe, but I can hear cicadas, so probably warmer. See what I'm talking about? Last night I picked up this window off of Marketplace for $5. I thought it was a steal of a deal. It does open up and there's a screen. Sorry, it's hard to do one-handed. It opens up, there's a screen, aluminum window. It's long and skinny. I figure that'll be a good window. For the door, right here, when it gets put in, of course. It's $5. And you guys saw my butcher block countertop. It is IKEA. I did get it off Marketplace for $75. But in actuality, I got it for $40 because the guy was moving and he gave me 3 stools, which I turned around and sold on Marketplace for 35 bucks. So I basically bought the countertop for $40. You got a wheel and deal, man. It's 1.5 inches thick. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It will have 2 feet chopped off of it and a giant hole for that sink. That sink was free. I picked it up on the side of the road. Actually, I have a small collection of sinks at this point that I got for free. But this is the one I think I'm going with. Mostly because it's in the best shape. I will be removing that faucet. That's seen better days, but yeah. Countertop and sink will be going right here. Right in front of that window will be a wall for the bathroom area. Okay, I'm off like a prom dress. Gonna head toward my dad's and see what we get up to today. Hopefully get started with one of these things. Not sure which, but find out when we get there. Okay. Before heat shrink, I just want to make sure that there's a good connection. Here's my button. Don't do it. You have too much to live for. I'll put you over here in the shade somewhere next to some green leaves. This little guy was hitching a ride on my shirt. Have a good life, little dude. Ooh. Whoa. Well, first of all, it's not the sunniest day. But having that wall there now definitely makes it darker in here. That's better. Got some lights on. This is what we got done yesterday and last night. We've got the oven pulled out of here. We daisy-chained some wiring to the lights that'll be here under some cabinets in order to hook up to the back of the fridge so I can run, not the fridge. This here, the oven, yeah, we just connected up to that wiring so that I'm able to use the oven lights, basically. So we got this wall in, framed around the window. I just have to fill in any gaps, and I am going to be sealing around the window in here with some cap sealant. The old plywood that was on the walls originally is down below. These will be cabinets down here. You won't even really see in there much, but got the butcher block up, and we did notch this corner off because it just came out too far. So either going to need to paint this or put some type of trim around, but it's much better notched than it was, trust me. It just came off of here too far and was a corner. So anyway, my sink, which is right over here, will be planted in here. So this end of the box truck is looking a whole lot more done than this end over here. Okay, well, I'm rambling. What I need to do is actually prime all of this wood that hasn't been primed yet and get ready for paint too. And the reason why is we have this countertop set in here with literally just 2 screws. Oh, sorry. 2 screws. One right here, and then there's one on the other side coming through that wall. Just to hold it in place for now. Now, it is going to be easier to have my walls done before having this in here permanently, which is why the 2 screws, I can take it out, paint the walls completely, and then put it back in permanently. Because my walls are plywood, instead of having to sand them, spackle them, do all that, I actually have some paintable wallpaper. Brand new from Value Village for like $7 a roll, 2 rolls. My mom actually found them and messaged me and said, hey, there's 2 brand new rolls of paintable wall. Perfect. Get them, I'll pay you back. Basically, the walls are going to be wallpapered with this paintable wallpaper. It's going to cover up any imperfections, and then I can just paint over top of it. Easy peasy. I don't have to spackle and sand and make a mess. I just didn't want to deal with that at all. So, I got 2 brand new rolls, never opened, paintable wallpaper. Now, they're 2 different, slightly different designs. I'm hoping that I can use this one here for the walls, and this one here I might just put inside of cupboards and things that just you don't see a whole lot. This one here is my favorite. And yeah, they were $7 a roll, which is much cheaper. There we go. Much cheaper than buying them online brand new, because they're a lot more expensive. I gotta go run to town, pick up my groceries, my errands, maybe some paint, and I'll get back to you. Next time you see me, I'll be in here priming, because that really needs to get done before anything else. Well, that's a little better around the window, but it only took me like an hour to get the cap sealant unjammed. Oh, missed a spot. Yet another example of when you think something's going to take a certain amount of time and just stupid things pop up that slow you down. Before I can even prime any of this, I've got to take the 2 screws that are holding this countertop out, set it over there on the floor somewhere, and yeah, start going to town. primer done. And it's 10 o'clock at night, so I'm gonna go shower, go to bed, and maybe in the morning I'll come out and I'll put that second coat on. Good morning. Second coat of primer is on. I'm gonna let that dry, but in the meantime, I think my mom is gonna come help me do the paintable wallpaper. I've never done wallpaper, no idea how it works. Apparently it's fairly simple. You just wet the backside and then it's got glue on the other side that activates with water. You book it, which is putting the wallpaper, folding it in on itself or something, and then you put it on the wall. No idea, hoping she can help me out with this. And then when it's up there, eventually I will later paint it. I think I have my 2 colors narrowed down for in here. Also, I may not have mentioned it. This will be under the cupboards and not seen. It's where that, you know, that structural thing that goes all the way down the box is. Stove and oven will be going here. We'll have to run a propane line into it and then probably run one along here going into a tankless water heater. Same kind of propane tankless water heater that I have in my camper. This one here. 8 years this thing is still holding on. Starting to lose its paint a little down here, but the thing still works. So I'll be putting another one of those or something similar in the box truck. Oh yeah, sleep the day away so you can wake me up at 4 a.m. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm working away and you just go ahead and sleep. Okay. Okay, so the paintable wallpaper is proving to be a little difficult. This stuff up here is a different type, and basically you run it through the water a different amount of time than this stuff here. And then the wait time of booking, which is sticking it to itself so the glue activates, is different for each sheet as well, for each different type. This one here isn't sticking the best on the edge, so I might actually just spray some adhesive in behind that to get it to stick rather than run it through the water once again. See what I'm saying? Because this one here ran through the water twice already, and for some reason it's just not sticking well. This stuff's pretty touchy. You have to, timing is everything with this. Well, as you can see, the paintable wallpaper is just not working out. It seems like the glue isn't activating or something properly, and yeah, this is what we're left with. The area over here that was done seemed to work out okay, but as it's drying, it is lifting away on the edges, so it really just isn't sticking. Yeah. Could be the fact that it's old. I mean, even though it was brand new in the package, it did come from Value Village, so who knows how long it's sat in someone's basement or whatever the case may be. But anyway, regardless, I thought I'd try it. It definitely isn't working out. So either you can just get some wallpaper glue and add that in behind it, or scrap the idea altogether. Since I already have it, I kind of feel like I may as well use it. So yeah, I guess I'm getting wallpaper glue. It just kind of sucks because I was really hoping to get at least the wallpaper on today and then get started with painting, so it does set me back some. Now I have to start from square one in a sense. Yeah, even the stuff that was seemingly sticking at first is coming off, and I can just Yeah. Okay. Well, worth a try. This just isn't working out. Yeah, it's not working out at all. I was hoping to have my wallpaper up, the walls painted, this wall right here done with basically the same stuff that's over there. And it's just not going to happen in this video. I wanted my countertop here with my sink in it and my stove here. And none of that's going to happen in this video. This video is also late because I had hopes that I could get all this done, but I am finished with my vacation. Back to work, and it's just not going to happen this week. So I'm not going to get this stuff done this week. But that's to be expected. These things are going to happen. So at the moment, I'm just going to choose to walk away from the box truck because it's really pissing me off seeing that wallpaper dangling there and just flapping in the wind. And maybe I can come up with a plan that's better than this one. Yeah. So, hate to end this on a bad note. I'm just really frustrated at the moment, and I know things will get better. I know it will all be worth it in the end when that day comes. This is just the reality of the situation. A build isn't just easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know what I'm saying? Things happen, things get frustrating, things go wrong, and today definitely went wrong. I have faith we will get there, and like I said, it'll all be worth it in the end, but today I need to walk away. Get back to this on my next days off, but until then, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
You peely bastard.
I know I'll look back and laugh at it someday, so.